Right, next up we've got a little treat for you from a gentleman that was, I think he was new in our last talent show. He's going to do something a bit different, because obviously we have a lot of singers. So it's the fantastic Colin. Give him a round of applause, everyone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd try something a little bit different from last time. Those of you that I bought last time, I thought I'd try something a little bit different. I will blow a few notes on the harmonica, but I thought the tune itself is going to relate to a little bit of talking, hopefully not too much. But so the first one is just an intro, very, very quick indeed. That's it. Must remember to use the mic. The reason I played that one, I used to work with a guy in the school that I worked in. His name was Mike Jones. He was Welsh. He wasn't very tall, possibly because he was a vice admiral in a nuclear submarine. And he was in the first Iraqi war, and he actually fired missiles into Iraq. And I sort of was quite interested in that, and I said, well, what sort of cost for us taxpayers were these missiles? And believe it or not, each one was something like £750,000. That's per missile. He said, think nothing of that, he said. Blue streaks that we used to practice with in America, they were over £1 million each. So, I want something a little bit perhaps more amusing. Hole in the bucket. Now this was the sort of naughty things that you, I'm sure none of you have actually done, but when you sort of were youngsters or perhaps just growing up, I can always remember this one. Many of you may remember the metal mugs that you have at tea break. And of course they were easily drillable. So if you drilled a hole right near the lip, and then if you filled that with wax, and then put hot tea in it and fill it and gave it to your mate, slowly as he drank the hot tea, it would melt the wax, and of course he just wondered why he kept getting tea all over his shirt. So that was the hole in the bucket one. Next one, you hopefully will recognise, and again I can't play very much of this, but this will be just an intro. Hopefully you will remember Davy Crockett. I don't know if anyone has been to Denver in Colorado. There's a Capitol House there. It's very much like the one in Washington. It's got a dome roof. If you go up into the dome roof, you will find there are names of all the famous people from Colorado. One of them was Davy Crockett. I didn't realise he was a real man, but he was. Buffalo Bill, etc. So you get all sorts of things like that. But as you go up the steps, I don't know if you can remember, but there's a stadium in Denver, and it's called the Mile High Stadium, and because the actual level is as a mile high. And again, I don't know if you can remember how many feet are in a mile, but it's, yeah, I think many of them can. 5,280, just in case you can't remember. So they'd stamped this on the steps. When I'm walking up these steps, I thought, well, that looks very nice, but there's something wrong with this. And they've actually crossed out the 5,280, and 2 steps up they put it in again. They've made a mistake. It's poor old Americans. Okay, the final one, just to not bore you too much longer. I'm sure many of you don't remember Tommy Cooper. You're much younger than that. But the other day I just remembered a joke that he came out with. Very, very short one. He dreamt one night he'd swallowed a giant toasted marshmallow. He woke up in the fireplace with no pillow. Right, the last tune, related to that.